At Community Action Network, we have the privilege of working to empower the voluntary sector, enable volunteering and connecting communities. Nearly 8,000 organisations operate across the county of Dorset, delivering services to some of the most vulnerable in the community. Supporting them are thousands of volunteers. 1 in 4 people in Dorset volunteer regularly, giving thousands of hours of life-changing support with an economic value of approximately £700 million. Island Community Action provides essential support to Portland's most vulnerable residents and works with the community to celebrate and champion the island's potential, people and unique environment.
My name's Kim Wilcox and I'm the CEO of Island Community Action. Well, we started off in 1999. Back then it was a relatively small community group with a focus more on volunteering. But as the challenges have kind of increased across Portland, then the organisation has grown alongside it. The way that ICA approaches its work is that we see life as a journey from prevention all the way through to end of life. And we try to provide support across all those different stages. So our preventative work is aimed at things like exercise classes and befriending, growing your own food, learning how to cook, all the way through to our support for people that have significant illness, going and doing their errands and their shopping, making sure they're all right, getting them to their essential appointments at hospital. Last year we engaged with over 2,500 local people. A lady that moved to Portland with her husband before COVID. Unfortunately, her husband was diagnosed with cancer and died quite quickly, leaving the lady on her own. And she then actually developed cancer herself. And she was undergoing a treatment during COVID. And because of Portland's geographic location, to get to her treatment, she was being picked up very early, around 7 o'clock in the morning using the hospital transport, and she wasn't actually getting back between 10-12 hours later. So this became really hard work for her and she made a decision to end her treatment. We were approached if we could help, and we asked our drivers, who got together and actually put together a rota to take her to hospital there and back every single day. Because of that, she continued and completed her treatment. We continue to help her. She says herself, if it wasn't for ICA, she wouldn't be here, and that we saved her life. And that's why we do the job that we do. We work particularly well with our Portland Town Council. We work with under a service level agreement over 5 years, which is significant because them doing that and supporting us in that way actually help us to actually get our national lottery funding. And I think that Portland Town Council were quite innovative in their approach, because it's the first time that they've done that. We work very well with NHS Dorset and with Dorset Council. Since COVID, we have been increasingly kept in the loop and in the conversation about developing an offer with the voluntary sector. In COVID, we were able to step up immediately to support our community because we know them, because we're embedded, we know the processes. There was a lot more red tape at a county level. We don't have that. There are many community groups on Portland and across Dorset working really hard to deliver services at a grassroots level. And there is an idea that that is done by volunteers, that it doesn't involve costs, and it does. So I think if the NHS, if Dorset Council are saying they can't do this job without us, as statutory services shrink and we step up more, they have to step up more. But what we actually need is investment so that we know we're secure going forward, and then we know we're sustainable, and then we can make better plans for the future. We're also dealing increasingly more with referrals from the statutory sector. Now that's something we receive no money for whatsoever. There has to be a change in the way they directly support organisations like ourselves.
My name's Mark, I'm a volunteer for the ICA. The ICA have about 200 volunteers in total. I think I make quite a difference to these people's lives, because without the service that we are providing, they wouldn't have shopping, prescriptions or trips to be able to get to the doctors when they need to. The reason that I became a volunteer for the ICA is when I came to the island I was unwell and I had to spend quite a lot of time in the local hospital. And the community, even people we didn't know, were really kind and helpful and the ICA baked a chocolate cake for me. And I thought, when I'm feeling better, I'm going to go and volunteer for them. It seems like such a kind group of people. I get a great sense of fulfilment that I'm doing something good, and I enjoy it. It's fun.
I think organisations like CAN are important because they provide information and guidance, and to ensure that local community groups like ourselves are supported in the way that they should be, so that they can have sustainability to deliver in the future.
Together, we can make a positive difference.